Welcome to day 49 of our GCSE 5-a-day questions. And we start with some negative numbers. And if you have any problems at all with negative numbers, then please draw yourself a number line, because we do find that students, as soon as they draw a number line, find that they can solve problems that they think they couldn't otherwise. We can see that our number -8, this is where it is on the number line. We're asked for the number that's 2 more than that. So we're going to be going up our number line 2 places, -8, -7, -6. So -8 plus 2 is -6. To practice that on Century, please go to Nugget 2.05. Okay, well, hopefully we've remembered the difference between square numbers and cube numbers. So a square number would be something like 5 times 5, which we write as 5 squared. A cube number is when we multiply that same number 3 times, and we would write that way as 4 cubed. We're here after the 5th cube number, so this is 5 times 5 times 5. 5 fives are 25. We then need 5 25s, which comes to 125. Nugget to do a little bit of practice on there is 12.01. Okay, well, multiples, we're not going to be able to answer this if we don't know what a multiple is. Well, our multiples of 25 are when we count in 25s. So that's 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, and so on and so forth. And if we're counting in 15s, then that's 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, numbers like that. If we're after a common multiple, it's one that appears in both of these lists. Well, the first one that appears, so the lowest of these common multiples, is 75. To go and practice that on Century, please go to Nugget 5.07. Okay, now we've done a number of these solving problems, and by solving we mean that we want to see x on its own or something equals x. And we're going to do this by making sure that our equations remain balanced, which means that whatever we do to the left-hand side, we also have to then go and do to the right-hand side. So I want x on its own. The first thing that's stopping me is this plus 10 here. So I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to have to do that to both sides. So if I take it away from this side, it disappears, which is what I was trying to do, because plus 10 take away 10 is nothing. So I now have 2x. I have to do the same here. 21 take away 10 is 11. If I know what 2 of something is, I'm going to find out what one of them is by dividing by 2. So my 1x is 11 divided by 2, which is 5.5. So my answer there is x equals 5.5. The nugget for me to go and practice on Century is 19.06. Okay, now let's think about our powers. We looked at some squares and cubes earlier. You can see here that my powers are counting down 4, 3, 2, 1. And in the same way that each time we went up, we were multiplying by 2. So if we're going the other way, at each step, we're dividing by 2. So 2 squared is 4, isn't it? 2 to the power 1 is 2. We're dividing by 2 at each stage. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now let's just remember that everything to the power 0 is 1. We're now doing 1 divided by 2, so that's a half, isn't it? A half divided by 2 is a quarter. So there's our answer, 1/4, because we were asked to give it as a fraction. If you need to do a little bit more practice on negative powers, then the nugget to go and practice is 13.06. That's the end of our notes and solutions for day 49. If you've got any questions, please ask your maths teacher for help.